Hey, what is going on guys, my name is Blazekiller and today we are back with yet another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about all of the errors in Lumber Tycoon 2 that you might experience. In reality, I'm only going to be scratching the surface because there are so many different errors that you might experience in this game because, well, it's Roblox, it's glitchy, it has its own bugs and whatnot, and I can't give you all the advice, but I could do my best in covering the most common errors that you might run into this game, what they are, and how to fix them. So refer back to this video whenever you may be experiencing a different error of any sort. To start off, without wasting any of your guys' time, I want to clarify that if you're experiencing any error in this game whatsoever, the first thing I would do is restart your game. Restart the Roblox game, restart the Roblox altogether, maybe even reset your character in the game. That might even fix it as well. Another thing you can do right off the bat is just give it time. Wait a little bit and try again, and that might fix it. But without further ado, let's just jump straight into some of these different errors. One error you might experience is a different time on your slot load than you actually have. I can't really describe, but if I go into menu, I go into load, you see I loaded 4 minutes ago into this slot. Yours might say something crazy like tens of thousands of seconds. That might occur when you're experiencing or using an old computer to play the game, so maybe try a different computer or try to update the game or something like that. Another error you might experience, and I'll try to back up and supplement these errors with pictures of the in-game errors in case you guys don't know what they look like, or in case you want some reference, a visual reference that is, and what these actually look like. Next one's called error HTTP/1.1429. This error occurs when a player makes too many requests at the same time. Requests for packets, that is data. So when the player is requesting or demanding a large amount of data, you know, a common or easy example to give would be if their data size is too large, right? I typically find that the max data size you can have before experiencing issues such as, you know, the complete removal and erasure of your slot is 20. So you pass that, 21 for example, and chances are your slot could get deleted altogether. Referring back to this error though, it's more of a DDoS protection. So there are different things called DDoS attacks, which, you know, people can attack Roblox servers and shut them down, if you will. This can also happen if you have too many items at your base, or if you're trying to load in too many bases simultaneously. Players cannot save if this has happened though. You can only save once you join a different server. So that's a solution. Join a different server, wait a little bit. If your base is too big, try not to, you know, make your base too big, I suppose. Another thing you might experience is HTTP 0. This error is very similar to the previous one. When this occurs, a player cannot save, or they cannot load, they cannot reload, or transfer money, or sell anything, or anything like that. The only way to fix this is through waiting. There are two sets of errors called CURL errors. And this occurs when, there's two here. A failure when receiving data from the peer. Pretty much what this means is you can still save while loading into a different slot. You can cancel the load and continue playing, but there's overall just going to be some issues, and I would, you know, wait a little bit just in case for your own protection. Another error, CURL error, is couldn't connect to a server. This is the same as the HTTP 429 that we covered earlier, or the one that we just talked about as well. You cannot save or load or reload a slot, so just wait, reload your server. If you see these things, don't continue playing the game because chances are whatever you do is not going to be saved onto that slot, so don't risk it. Another one is called autosave failed, no metadata. This is actually a pretty common one. So just like the HTTP 0 that we covered just a second ago, the error can pop up at any time. You know, some of these errors might pop up after you do a certain action, but some of them might pop up at any time, you know, showing you that there's an issue with the server, issue with yourself, or issue with, you know, Roblox in general. It only affects a small number of people actually, but its effects can be, you know, pretty drastic when if your you know, base doesn't save, for example, and the error fixes itself pretty much over time. So that's kind of the solution to that one. There's another error that you guys have probably seen multiple times called no property found. This occurs when you quit loading your saved file, you know, midway through the save, or when you load a save that doesn't have an actual LAN slot to it, a LAN plot, I should say. If it's the latter, you know, create a LAN plot, or just don't quit loading mid-loading. So most of the time, this doesn't cause anything, but occasionally this can actually erase bases, leaving people unable to play altogether. So be careful, you know, let your load save in, let your save load in. There we go, and don't disrupt that process from happening. It's kind of like a similar thing where it's like, don't take out the game while it's updating, while it's installing. This could, corrupt the files and whatnot. That's kind of a similar thing that's happening here. Another error that you can experience is called error HTTP 1.1503, and this error, and I'll again hopefully have some pictures on the screen of all these errors. This error occurs when a part of Roblox is not working. So chances are this is not going to be your fault. It's going to be something with Roblox, the chat, with the data storage, data stores and whatnot. This game, Lumber Tycoon, or other Roblox games probably are unplayable during this time. Interesting one is an error called error must be called with 2 valid players. This occurs, or this did occur actually, years back, and it's not a current error, but just to describe it briefly, it occurred in 2017 when there's a bug with the chop saw, and whenever a player attempted to load their base with this chop saw, like it would, experience some issue. So default to fix that a while back. Another error that could happen to currently is called nil, N-I-L, and this error occurs whenever a player attempts to put a wire on any movable object, such as a loose item, a car, anything like that. The nil error pops up after 2 seconds or so, and it'll disappear shortly after, I guess really until I guess there's no way to cancel the specific error. It's just gonna go away on its own, I think. But yeah, if you try to place a wire, I'm not sure if this is going to actually work if I try now, but so I think that's the error that shows up. But you might experience NIL, and that's what that is. So you can't place wires on movable objects. So that's just something you should know, just in general. The next one is called save error 502. This prevents the player from saving their progress that has been done on the server. So again, this one, it's like if you see this, don't keep playing, because anything that you may do after that could or could not be saved to your actual slot. So don't risk it. I would reload the game and or reload Roblox altogether. And that should hopefully fix that error. Another one's called error assets not loaded. This could occur for a variety of reasons, one of which being your base is too large, the data size that is. Again, keep your data size under 20, if not under 10. I mean, under 15 or under 10 is probably safer. Yes, you may have a huge base and you may have worked super hard for it, but keep in mind that you keep expanding, your data size keeps expanding, and the risk for things going wrong and everything being deleted is just more, it's just higher as a result of that. It's a Roblox game, right? This is not perfect by any means. People can hack your things, people can take your things, and there's not a whole lot you can do. I'll refer to a solution that you might be able to experience. So should you experience a glitch outside of this video that I haven't covered in the video by the end of it. But again, stay tuned for the whole rest of this video, and make sure if you're experiencing an issue, that you watch the rest of this and make sure you're not experiencing something I'm going to talk about how to actually fix before you comment on it. But again, if there's anything you maybe not covering in this video, leave it in the comments for sure. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible on that. So another one's called false. This is actually a pretty common one. I've seen this multiple times. This error only occurs if the player is given a negative data from the server. Pretty much what that means is if the player sets their time ahead before entering the load menu, or they attempt to load in on certain dates that are kind of glitched. This has happened in the past, but I don't think it has happened since. But users have actually reported this as wiping their bases, this glitch, this error. So be very cautious when loading in a false plot. So pretty much you don't have to worry about that. Don't change around your time. Don't be stupid when loading in your base, and hopefully you won't experience any issues or errors as a result of that. Pretty much what I meant by that is if you're seeing the last save, mine says 2 minutes ago, for example, but if you change the time around on your computer or your device, whatever you're playing on, that could definitely throw off this game and any other game you may be experiencing, causing it to become corrupted, causing all of your data to become wiped, potentially. This one's actually really interesting as well. This one is what I referred to earlier, save error, save data exceeds limit. So there isn't actually a specified limit, but typically what I've heard is over 20 data size right here is when you're going to experience issues. Mine says 3. Try to keep it under 20 for sure, if not under that, to for increased cushion on preventing you from experiencing any errors. Now there's not, again, a specific limit to that, so you can contact game developers, and I'll tell you how to do that later, to actually increase your limit and prevent you from not being able to play at all anymore, right? That's something you don't want to have to do. This is the one I want to talk about, and it's kind of interesting. This is called must need 2 players in a call. Now this occurs when Defaultio is actually working on the game. So when Defaultio is in Roblox Studio, editing Lumber Tycoon 2, for example, you'll actually experience this error and have to wait until Defaultio is done editing the game, done updating it, for example. Now, to make a kind of a joke here, Defaultio doesn't do that too often anymore, at least to my knowledge. He doesn't update the game too frequently, as you all know, because there's not too many new updates coming soon, or at least that we know of, or that have happened recently. So probably don't have to worry about that error, but it's kind of cool nonetheless that you can't play when Defaultio is working on the game. You might experience another error called error code 267. In parentheses, self-moderate. Defaultio is aware of this issue and bug, but I don't think there's a current solution to it right now. Pretty much what you're going to do if you experience this error, if you have a status code that it gives you, it might pop up like a number or something like that. You can go to the Lumber Tycoon 2 Discord server. I'll actually have that in the first link in the description, the very top link if I remember. Hopefully I do. If not in the description, if not in the comment section, I'll probably put that there as well. You can report the issue with your username, your account ID, and an explanation of what you're doing at the time in which you experienced the issue, and hopefully that'll get fixed as soon as possible. You can also use the Discord server for any other bugs or glitches or anything that you may be experiencing. Hopefully someone can be there to provide you with a solution for it. Even if they're not a developer of the game, they can't get into the game files and fix your issue. Hopefully they can give you some helpful advice that is more specific to your issue. Hopefully this video does help though and cover the majority of what you may be experiencing. Referring back to that error code, some users say that the cause of this error is due to an exploit that fires a remote that you are not allowed to fire. Moving on to another one. This is actually like a set of errors that you might experience called API errors. So API service errors, say like service unavailable, for example, or they could say something along with the lines of an auto save or just a save error or issue. Again, my solution it's the error on the side of safety. Don't keep playing the game. Reload to a new Roblox game, or just wait altogether. That's probably another option. But probably change the server you're playing on, because chances are either the issues on your end, the issues on the server's end, or the issues on Roblox's end. So if there's a way you can restart something, then hopefully that will be a solution to that. I want to provide just a general solution to any autosave errors that you may be experiencing. So the first thing that you do if you experience like a corrupted save file, for example, and it says autosave failed, shoot, that store is closed. It says first you're going to have your autosave, your corrupted save file open, right? But you want to make a change to that. So you can make a change to that save by doing a variety of things, by buying something, by placing something on your base, by buying an axe, etc. So just buy something pretty much. Afterwards, if you still have the autosave error, what you're going to do is you're going to close the error message, open the menu, go to load, and load into a new slot that has, or a save slot that has no data on it. It'll give you a different error in doing this, but also at the same time in doing this, it will fix the issue. So after you do that, go back into load, and go back into the corrupted, quote-unquote, save file that you've experienced issues with a number of seconds or minutes ago, whatever, and this should save the changes and fix the issue. One thing just to note though, it's not known if this issue fixes, or this solution fixes the error permanently or just temporarily. But yeah. Another issue that like a Roblox-wide issue, typically if Roblox does experience a bug or issue, or it's down or something like that, Defaultio will put something on the home screen of the Roblox game, or on the Lumber Tycoon game. Like, so when you load in, for example, it might say something along the lines of, I'll put it on the screen right now. It says Roblox is experiencing issues, or they're working on it, and we'll try to have this game up and running as soon as possible. So Roblox, being a hub, if you will, of just games, it's not by any means perfect. You can make your own Roblox games if you want by going into Roblox Studio. That should show you that it's not by any means a perfect, foolproof, game, if you will. There's going to be bugs. There's going to be glitches. People can come into this game. People can hack you. People can destroy your entire base. And unfortunately, as much as I like to say that there's something I can do about that, there's nothing I can do about that. If you see a hacker or something like that, although this doesn't really pertain to glitches per se, still just general advice: stay away from them. Better yet, though, change lobbies, because people can, even if you blacklist them, can still hack onto your base and delete your items, delete your base, steal your things, mess up your base. Like, they can do a whole list of things. Recently, I had a hacker come into my base, this base right here, and come into my shop and just like throw a tornado, if you will, through it. Like, my items went everywhere. It was just like, why would someone do this? I can't answer that question, but what I can help you with is giving you good advice on how to actually fix this issue. Stay away from them, and be smart with how you play. You're going to experience issues and glitches here and there, but hopefully this video provided you with some solutions to common errors, or maybe not so common errors that you might experience in this game. If there are any that I missed, by all means, please leave them in the comments below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible, and solutions for them. Remember, go into the Discord, Lumber Tycoon 2 Discord server. It'll be linked in the comment section and the description. It should be very easy to find. If you're experiencing any issues, there should be a channel where you can actually type into, and hopefully someone will be able to provide you with some more one-on-one, specific feedback that is specific to yourself, and hopefully we'll fix the issue that you may be experiencing, if I can't, in the comments below as soon as possible. But hopefully this introduced you to these bugs, glitches, so that whenever you do experience them, you can know what to do, because, again, Roblox is a game where you're going to experience bugs and issues, especially Lumber Tycoon 2. It's very, very glitchy game. So hopefully this helps you guys. Hopefully this introduced you to some new topics, and hopefully this helps you gain a better understanding of this game and how to go about the issues when they do arise, because they will arise. Without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, leave any again, comments you have in the comment section below, video ideas, etc. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Turn the bell on, if you will, so that you'll be notified whenever I do upload a new video. That helps a lot. And share this video with your friends. Without further ado, see you guys in next week's video, and have a great week. Peace out.